back and watch the step cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. In my line, if you want 17 birds, big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy, if you want 17 birds, big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy, if you want 17 birds, big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17th curb.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporter on the Eagles. Let me say what's up to the people in the building. Miss Austin, how you doing, man? Kevo the Prince, what up with it? CJ Huggins, what's up? What they do? My people in the building, let's let it brew. Let's let it marinate. Troy Singleton, what's up? D. Aldrich, what's up? Novo Loso, I ain't see you in a minute, man. What's going on with you? Shout out to all y'all, man. You know, a little impromptu, a little late. Just had some things on my mind because we got this big matchup coming up, you know, and it's been a lot of debate whether Jalen Hurts should play, whether Jalen Hurts, you know, should rest. Is he really hurt? Nobody really knows what's going on. And also, I want to apologize to y'all for yesterday. If you tapped into the live stream, I had some camera difficulties. You know how this technology stuff might go, but we got it figured out. We got it sorted out, man. Y'all know I like to bring y'all the best in terms of, you know, visuals when we talking this football stuff. So, yeah, man, like I'm going to give y'all my thoughts on it. Now, I'm going to give you a disclaimer before we talk about this. My thoughts might not be your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So please do not get upset with what I think the Philadelphia Eagles should do on Saturday, Christmas Eve. Now I'm looking at this thing from a different aspect. You know what I mean? This is a golden opportunity for the Philadelphia Eagles to wrap this up. And if Jalen Hurts is 90% or better, which is the case for a lot of guys, listen, at this point in the season, nobody is at 90%. Nobody's at 100%. Excuse me. Nobody is in tip-top shape. If you've been playing every game this season at any position of this thing, whether it's special teams, blocking people, you are dealing with some type of nagging injury. Your toe might be hurting. Your back might be, you have back spasm, but it just ain't serious enough. The reason why this thing with Jalen Hurts is getting the publicity that it's getting is because of who he is and how close he is to getting the MVP award. If you're 90% or better, if you're Jalen Hurts and you're the Philadelphia Eagles, I think you play Jalen Hurts this week. A lot of people want to be cautious about this. I'm going to tell you why you play Jalen Hurts. You play Jalen Hurts because you can beat the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve. You can wrap up this division, and you can secure your number one seed. Then you can start worrying about rest. I feel like we're counting we counting our chickens before they hatch with this one. You know what I mean? We ain't secure what we want to secure yet. You know what I mean? It's not like the dude is, you know what I mean? It ain't like a high ankle sprain or something where you can't absolutely play. Now, it's a throw and shoulder issue. But if he's healthy enough, that's the key thing. It's more riding on this game than a lot of people realize. Now, technically, we don't need the game. Technically, of course, we're going to win one more game. You know what I mean? We're better than the Saints. We're better than the Giants. But you don't want to lose this game and absolutely have to beat one of these teams. You know what I mean? You don't want to lose this game and absolutely have to beat one of these teams, because if you lose this game, you still leave a window open for the Dallas Cowboys. You still leave some breath in there. You still leave some breath in them. You know what I mean? Because now if you lose out and they win out, it starts to get crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they beat Minnesota. If you lose out and they win out, it don't look that good for you. You know what I mean? You don't want to put yourself in that situation. So just stump out the last obstacle that you have in your way and take care of business. Another reason why. Guys aren't this high in MVP consideration every year. Guys just aren't this high. You see, people are thinking that he's not going to play, and they're going to give the award to Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? That's another reason. Legacy. This is a legacy situation. You know what I mean? He very well could win MVP on a rookie deal if he goes out there and have a monster game against Dallas. If you go out there and have a monster game against Dallas, which I'm projecting he will if they do play, you know what I mean? You pretty much put a pretty bow on this one. You put a pretty bow on this one. And the voters will understand you not having to play that much the last 2 weeks of the season because there's really nothing else to play for. You made your case. You know what I mean? Legacy is on the line. Seeding is on the line. And positioning is on the line. This is a division game. This is on Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? You could wrap up everything you want to wrap up in Jerry World. You know what I mean? But He got to be 90% or better. If reports come out saying that he is, not up to 90% or better, then I understand him not playing. I truly do. My guy, Girardi, General JD, thank you for the super chat. Bro, next round table, make a rule Cowboys girls can't say last year. If I had $1 for every time they brought up last year in the past, you will be a rich man. You will be a rich man because you can't talk about the Dallas Cowboys and you can't talk the Dallas Cowboys contract creators during a roundtable without bringing up a history lesson about last year. You know what I mean? That just is what it is. But, back to Jalen Hurts and if he should play or not, it's a lot riding on it, man. That's the bottom line. It's a lot riding on it, man. And people who don't get number one seeds, they'll tell you things like the number one seed don't matter. They'll tell you things like the number one seed don't mean you're going to win the Super Bowl. They'll tell you these things. And this thought process of looking up how vital the number one seed has been from past to present, you know what I mean, made me look it up. I looked it up. It's important to get the number one seed. I tweeted this on Twitter earlier, man, 10:41 this morning. Since 1975, a number one seed in either the NFC or the AFC has won a Super Bowl a total of 25 times out of a total of 46 times. That's 50%, more than 50%, that since 1975, the number one seed has won a Super Bowl. Now, if you go and look at it in its totality, since 1975 to present, how many number one seeds have gone to the Super Bowl? You know what I mean? How many number one seeds have gone to NFC championship games and things of that nature? Being a number one seed matters, especially with this new format, because there's only one bye now. We would like to be the team that get that bye and have things come through Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Ideally, you would want to wrap that up this Christmas Eve. You would want to be done with that this Christmas Eve. Then you could start worrying about rest and load management. We got some guys that, got to get playing time because they missed a couple weeks in Dallas Goedert. We have some guys that, have to get playing time because they missed a couple weeks in Gardner Johnson. And we got some guys where a much needed rest is deserved. The offensive line, those guys really, really deserve a rest. They really deserve a rest. A lot of the defensive line really deserve a rest. These guys are veterans. These guys aren't going to miss a beat, aren't going to miss too much. You know what I mean? I would like to see Cam Jurgens get some snaps. You want to have some key players really, really available down the stretch. You want to give some key dogs some rest. You know what I mean? So it just doesn't make any sense to me that if he's not 90%, why he shouldn't play. Now, I will say this. Gardner Minshew is very capable of beating the Dallas Cowboys. This Philadelphia Eagles team is very, very capable of beating the Dallas Cowboys. Because if Jalen Hurts don't play, that don't mean his defense is not going to play. This defense who leads the league in turnovers, this defense who leads the league in sacks, this defense who is playing at a very, very high level will still be out there. I don't see Dak Prescott scoring 30 points in this game, even at home. You know what I'm saying? I see these guys struggling to move the ball on several drives because we have guys. You know what I mean? We have guys who really do this. Let's stop it. We got guys that do it. Look at Hassan Reddick. There's only two people with more moves than Hassan Reddick right now, in my opinion. Only two of them. Chris Brown and Michael Jackson. Look at the point of attack. Look at this, an array of moves. Now, he didn't finish his food. He still got away and got a pretty nice game. But Hassan Reddick is a dog. When he gets you, he gets you. You know what I mean? It's not very few. It's not a lot that you're going to get away from Hassan Reddick, man. Hassan Reddick is going to terrorize a number of players moving forward. You know what I mean? I said at the beginning of this season, when everybody was talking about all of the Micah Parsons stuff, I said they got one and we got one. They got one and we got one, and we was heavily laughed at for that. Heavily laughed at for that. Now look at it. Hassan Reddick got 12 sacks. Micah Parsons has 13 sacks. Guys are performing and guys are showing up. Guys are performing and guys are showing up. The most concern is Hurts. What do you mean? Hurts will be healthy come Saturday, and he will play. I can almost guarantee you. I feel like it as well because you heard Shane Steichen in today's interview. Shane Steichen, they trying to keep a lot of stuff in house, man. I've never seen the Philadelphia Eagles this coded. I've never seen them talk this coded this whole season. They're keeping a lot of things in house. Jalen Hurts is throwing. A lot of people are saying that he's saying he feels fine. The staff is reporting that he feels fine. You know what I mean? A lot of things are being kept in house, whether if Jalen or Gardner Minshew was going to play or not. I'm telling you, man, this is the week if you're a gambling man. Vegas is swinging the odds because they don't think he's going to play. I'm telling you, man, Jalen Hurts might play in this game. It's a very, very high chance, man. Don't be surprised, man. A very, very high chance that Jalen Hurts plays. And I think that if it's a 90% chance, he absolutely has to play because you have to put the onus. You got to put the onus on this offensive line to go out there and protect. Dudes got to do their job. And the coaching staff also got to do their job. Shane Steichen and all of those guys have to do their job. You got to put the belly in the ball of Miles Sanders. The belly and the ball of Miles Sanders this game. We can run all over this team if we wanted to. We can do what we want to. Listen, if Jalen Hurts don't play, I guarantee you Miles Sanders get 20-plus touches. The problem is, knowing that Jalen Hurts has a sore shoulder, they're not going to try to change the game plan. That's the thing that we got to worry about, how you manage the game if he does play. Him playing, I think he's going to be fine. I think he's still going to be able to throw the ball at a high clip. I think he's still going to be able to, challenge the eye of the defense with some of the RPO. You know what I mean? I think Dallas will actually overthink this if he does play, in my opinion. My guy, Taywan S., man, thank you for the super chat. LB, Harrisburg, PA in the building. Shout out to Harrisburg. By the way, it's San Diego. My hurt season fitted on the way. Love what you're doing. Keep going. I'm along for the ride. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for your purchase. And everybody ordered your hurt season hats earlier in the week on the time frame that I told you, man. Have faith. They should definitely be there before Christmas. My guy, War, man, thank you for the $4.99. Them boys said they never been to the link. I was there week 6. It's different, bro. It's very different. It's very different. It's very different. And, a lot of stuff on the roundtable that we talked about last night, of course, I don't agree with it. Of course, it can all be debunked with simple logic. But, they probably could say some of the same things on their side as well. But the main thing that stuck out to me is these guys trying to downplay the importance of home field advantage. The number 1 seed. They had the number 1 seed in 2016, and they flopped. You know what I mean? Just because they had the number 1 seed in 2016 don't mean that we're not going to do what we got to do with the number 1 seed. We got the number 1 seed and won the Super Bowl. The importance of the number 1 seed, we're not going to act like it don't matter. We're not going to act like it don't matter. They don't have the same fan base that we have. They have a designer fan base. They have a designer fan base. They don't have it like we got it, bro. It's all about the glitz and the glamour for them guys, man. Sam, man, thank you for the $2 super chat. Totally agree with you, bro. Jalen should play. I agree as well. It's all about the glitz and glamour for them guys. They all got to look pretty for them. Dallas Cowboys fans, like I said, they don't travel like Eagles fans do. They aren't the same type of community of football fan that Eagles fans are. They not. It's all about the design. It's all about, these guys want to go to the stadium just to say they was at the stadium. I want to go to the link to see a dub. I want to go to the link to hang out with the crazy dudes from Jersey, South Jersey. I want to go to the link to be with the dudes from Philly. I want to see a dub. I don't want to go to the link. You never really see me. Well, how many pictures? I've been about 6-7 games this year. How many pictures you see me at in the front of the stadium holding a drink doing this? I don't take pictures when I'm home. I don't take pictures at my house. I ain't just happy to be there. I ain't no pedestrian. These dudes have insurgents planted around the United States. They're a click-hopping fan base, a bandwagon fan base who got fans everywhere in the world from what they did in the 90s. Shout out to y'all for building the brand. But how come you haven't won a road playoff game since 1992? How are you on a panel telling me you prefer to play on the road when the last time these guys won a road playoff game? When was the last time they won a playoff game on the road? Somebody told me it was 92. Am I wrong about that? Stop it. The Great Take, thank you for the $5 super chat. I just caught wind of the same ref crew. We're about to talk about that. I just caught wind of the same ref crew from last Washington game will be officiating. We got to keep the game out of the refs' hands. Absolutely. And you don't put the game in the hands of the refs if Jalen Hurts is out there. You know what I mean? It could go either way. My guy Welly Well in the building. What Welly say? He said, LB, those Dallas content creators were full of it last night. Calling Hurts a game manager. You got to be. Yeah, listen, Welly. We know what it is. We know what it is. Goat One Smoke, man. Thank you for the super chat. Jalen starts And when we go up 2 touchdown, Minshew plays. Simple as that. Minshew been getting playing time because we've been beating the brakes off of people for a long time. Long time. If Jalen, if we go up 17 on them, you could pull Jalen in this game for real, for real. They not good like that. They not good like that, man. A lot of people are talking about the same crew that refereed. Oh, let me get some of this off the screen. A lot of people have been talking about, the same crew that refereed our loss against Washington is going to be the referee for this game on Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? A lot of people got concerned about that, man. They also refereed the game against Buccaneers week 2. We lost that game. They refereed the game week 17 in 2019. We won that game to clinch the NFC East. They also refereed the Eagles versus the Washington Commanders in week 10. That's the game we lost this year, the one and only game we lost this year. The Eagles were penalized more often than their opponent in each of these games. What does that mean to me? Not a lot. Not a lot, because the Dallas Cowboys are a very undisciplined team. I feel like this refereeing crew, it might be a lot of laundry on the field in this game. Being as though it's Christmas, they might let them play a little bit more, or Christmas Eve, they might let the guys play a little bit more, but it could be a lot of flags, man. The Dallas Cowboys get penalized a lot in this game. You know what I mean? And with Jalen Hurts playing, sometimes dudes don't have the snap count right or whatever. And that ugly game we had with all the false starts against Tennessee, we don't want games like that to rear their ugly head. We don't want that. You know what I mean? A perfect example of how Jalen Hurts isn't a game manager would probably be the Tennessee game. He was backed up against the chains religiously and still was able to blow that team out because he got the big arm to do it. This is the problem that I have with the game manager title that a lot of people like to put on Jalen Hurts. This is the problem that I have with it, because they'll try to throw that title on Jalen Hurts and then they'll tell you it's nothing wrong with that. They'll try to tell you it's nothing wrong with being a game manager. That's what they're going to tell you, though. So if it's nothing wrong with it, why are you telling us that our quarterback is the game manager, and why aren't you accepting the fact that that is the reality of yours? Do Jalen Hurts play safe and manage the game? Do he play safe, or is he just smart enough to not be done with the ball? Give me a game manager in the history of this sport, man, that has a 1,200-yard receiver with 10 touchdowns, that has another receiver 99 yards away from a stack. All career highs for these guys, and yardage will be put up. All career highs for these guys, and receptions will be put up in terms of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Give me a game manager that got 750 rushing yards and 13 rushing touchdowns with 3,500 passing yards, which is a career high for him, and climbing, by the way, and 22 passing touchdowns. Give me a game manager that averages damn near 300 yards a game and combined yards throwing and passing. We know he ain't no game manager. That's their way of trying to downplay what Jalen Hurts has done. Cam Newton has never done that. Cam Newton has never done that, bro. Cam Newton has never had a 1,200-yard receiver. Cam Newton has never had 3,500 passing yards in this season with 22 rushing touchdowns and 750 rushing yards in the season with 13 rushing touchdowns. Give me the year Cam Newton did that. And if Cam Newton did it, is Cam Newton the game manager? Was Cam Newton a game manager when he did it? If Cam Newton did it, are you talking about the year he won MVP? Stop it. Are you talking about the year he won MVP? Cam Newton ain't no damn game manager. What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying, bro. A game manager is Jimmy Garoppolo. A game manager is what Dak Prescott was his first season in the National Football League. And there's no shade to Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott right now is managing the game as we speak. He don't even have a 300-yard passing game this season. He don't have a 300-yard passing game this season. Jalen got about 4 of them. Jalen has multiple games where his number one wide receiver, we got 2 ones. He got multiple games where 2 of his ones both got 100 yards receiving. You talking about the teams that's doing that are Tua with Tyreek Hill and Waddle, Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. Who else in the Eagles? Who else this season has 2 wide receivers with 100 yards receiving? Maybe the Chiefs, if you want to count in If you want to count in Travis Kelce as a pass catcher, okay, cool, you could do that. Who else is doing this stuff? Who else is doing this? I don't think the game manager tag is disrespectful. I just know that it's shade behind that. It's shade behind that. That's what you do when you don't want to give him credit. That's what you do. And another thing that you do when you don't want to give him credit is you leave out the rushing touchdowns. You leave out the rushing touchdowns to fit your narrative. Boss Cowboy, probably watching. He said on the panel yesterday that Jalen Hurts I should have had that tweet up here for y'all. That Jalen Hurts' stats, his MVP campaign is the same stats as Dak Prescott. He brought up the passing touchdowns, the passing yards, but he didn't bring up the rushing touchdowns. You want to know why? Because when you add in the 750 rushing yards that he has and the 13 passing touchdowns, you get well over 4,000 yards of total offense and well over 30 touchdowns. 35 touchdowns you get that Jalen Hurts has accounted for this season. 35 of them. Just because he don't do it with his arm because you've been programmed to believe that throwing for 30 touchdowns is the only thing that matters. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Lamar Jackson won MVP in large part because he rushed for 1,000 yards. Lamar Jackson has only thrown for 3,000 yards in one season of his career. One season of his career. Kyler Murray has never thrown for 4,000 passing yards. But these guys have other aspects of their game that you got to pay attention to. And Jalen Hurts is no different. It's no different. Jalen Hurts is already proven to be one of the best dual threats the league has ever seen. No other quarterback has 10 rushing touchdowns in back-to-back years. Game manager, come on, man. Stop it, man. Stop it. And if Jalen Hurts don't play on Saturday, you're going to see what a game manager is because that's what Gardner Minshew is. If Gardner Minshew wasn't a game manager, the Jacksonville Jaguars wouldn't have traded him away. They would have used that first-round pick to build around Gardner Minshew. Come on, man. Come on. Law tried to say take AJ away from the team. I mean, that's what they all do. Take AJ Brown away. Take AJ Brown away. Well, how is AJ Brown having a career year with a game manager? You know what I mean? My guy Benji, thank you for the super chat. No way Hurts can be considered a game manager. He contributes way too much to the game. Clear disrespect and hate. I agree wholeheartedly. Now, listen, I got love for every content creator that was on the screen with us yesterday. This is football talk. A lot of the stuff that they were saying, you could put it on a shovel and you could start growing some goddamn plants. It was manure. Manure. Cold manure. And you really can't even debate it because you got so many people talking over each other. But come on, bro. Cold manure, man. Cold manure. I guarantee I can tell you right now a bunch of starting quarterbacks in the National Football League that will not have had A.J. Brown with 1,200 receiving yards this year. A bunch of guys who have gotten way more opportunities than Jalen Hurts would not have had him with 1,200 receiving yards this year. Come on, bro. First of all, in order to do that, you got to have an arm. They said he had a noodle arm at the beginning of the season. He throw bombs every damn week. Bombs away. AJ and Smitty, bombs away. It would have been more bombs, but Quez is, I don't know. He ain't a game manager, man. Game managers play it safe. They play it safe. But it is what it is, man. We're going to let them think what they want. I know that team can't beat us, especially if Jalen Hurts play. It's a wrap for them if Jalen Hurts play. Gardner Minshew playing is their only chance to beat us. I say that we go out there and we stick it to him. Jalen Hurts can play if he's healthy enough to play, and we just take what we're supposed to take right now, and we worry about we don't even worry about the Saints game. We don't worry about the Giants game because we know we're going to have to rest anyway. That's what I say you do. You start rehabbing guys. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want, you can pad some stats. Make sure Smitty get his stack. You know what I'm saying? Pad some stats. Who cares? When you got the best record in the league, you could do what you want. You could do what you want. We needed to come through Philadelphia. We need our fan base involved. We need these games to come through our environment. We need it. We need it. A panel of dudes who never been to the link telling us that home field advantage for us don't matter. It don't matter? Y'all tripping, man. Y'all need to come out there and see. Come out there and see for yourself. Come out there and see for yourself. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. You would come out there and see with yourself. See for yourself how much it matters. You can't even talk to the person next to you at times in that building. We ain't y'all. We don't, after a loss, we don't cry. It ain't never been no memes going around the internet of Eagles fans crying after a tough loss at the link. It ain't never been that. It ain't never been that. It ain't gonna never be that. Football is a culture in Philadelphia. It's not a designer belt how it is in Dallas. The Dallas Cowboys are a designer belt. A designer belt. Football is a culture in Philadelphia. Football is what we go by in Philadelphia. One thing you know about Philadelphia is it ain't the safest place, and it's go Birds. That's all you need to know. Go Birds and watch your body. That's it. It's a culture out there. No matter if you down South Philly with the Italians, no matter if you shooting dice up North Philly, it's a culture, and we all live by the same culture. Go Birds. They don't understand that, though. They so confused that they rather say, I'd rather play on the road in the playoffs, and you ain't won a playoff game since 92. Since 92. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. And I'm not worried about playing them 3 times in a row because they will have to come to the link where I know they can't win that. I know they can't win there. The only people and the only obstacles that are in our way from us going to the Super Bowl is the San Francisco 49ers. It is not the Dallas Cowboys. It is not the Minnesota Vikings. Those teams are soft, if you ask me. Those teams are soft. The audacity to even be talking to us crazy when you just lost to the Jags. The Jacksonville Jaguars, y'all, have not beat a team from the NFC, the entire conference, not the NFC East, the NFC since 2018, I think. 2018. Cowboys won a playoff game in 2019. Was it on the road? Cowboys didn't win a playoff game in 2019 because the Eagles won a division and sent them packing. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Carson Wentz sent them back in 2018, last game of the season. Stop it. Then we lost to the Seahawks. We hosted a playoff game against the Seahawks. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Brock Purdy damn sure ain't winning in Philly. Brock Purdy is not winning in Philly. Make it make sense, man. 2018, was they on the road? Were they on the road? Or when they beat Seattle, was that game in Dallas? Because I believe in 2018, the Dallas Cowboys won the division in 2018. I said they haven't won a road playoff game. I said they won I said a road playoff game. In Dallas, okay. A road playoff game. That's what we talking about here because they're going to be on the road. Nobody don't care about seeing them 3 times in a row. What can we hide from them that they don't already know? We play them twice a year. 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 And if truth be told, they're afraid of us, bro. They're afraid of us for if truth be told. They're afraid of us this year. They've never been put in this situation. They have never, first of all, they haven't even been a wild card team, y'all. They have not been a wild card team since 2007. Now, they've played in the wild card round before because they won a division, but they wasn't a number 1 seed. They have not been a wild card team since 2007. They don't know nothing about this position that they're in. Going on the road and trying to do it, they're not scrappy enough to do that. They don't know nothing about the position that they're in. We won the Super Bowl, had home field advantage. The next year, we was a wild card team and went on the road and beat the Bears. They don't do stuff like that, y'all. You got to crack open history books for stuff like that. Come on. The Jacksonville Jaguars, as I was saying, have not beaten a team from the NFC, the National Football Conference, since 2018. The whole conference. Trevor Lawrence has not beaten a team from the NFC until the Dallas Cowboys came down there and blew a 17-point lead. The Jaguars ain't beat an NFC team in 5 years, y'all. Until Dallas went over there and blew a 17-point lead. They almost lost to the Texans. And to be fair, a lot of this is not on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has had some bad luck with interceptions and just some bonehead plays. Some are bonehead plays and some are bad luck plays. But in all actuality, if you want to ask me, for real, if he duplicate this next year, we got to start throwing that R word around. Is Dak Prescott regressing? Dak Prescott has not played a defense like he's going to go up against this year. He is not seeing Ndamukong Suh, Fletcher Cox. Listen. I did the live stream with Law, Louie, and Bad Dog. We did the live stream. Louie T said that he can't think of a multiple Eagles that got 5 sacks. I let him have that, y'all. Sometimes you got to let people have what they're going to talk about. I can pull up the clip and we can have fun with it. But I let him have that. Turns out nobody in the NFL got more players with 5 or more sacks than the Philadelphia Eagles. Dak Prescott ain't seen that type of front. Hargrave is a stud. Damn near 10 sacks. BG probably going to finish with 10 sacks. Fletcher Cox, what he about at 5, 6 sacks. Sweat, about 7 sacks. Hassan, 12 sacks. What do you mean? What do you mean? TJ Edwards, just doing everything. Just doing everything. They said on a live stream that they got the better secondary. They said on the live stream, y'all, that they got the better secondary. Trevor Lawrence just whipped their head up and down the field. Whipped their head. Come on. All black, we wearing sheets. You already know, Mike. You know what we're getting ready for. We're getting ready for a funeral. We're getting ready for one of them. All black. You think, Mike, let me ask you this question, Mike. You think that Jalen Hurts been fighting for these uniform changes. Jalen Hurts wants to wear these type of you think that Jalen Hurts don't want to put that on? This injury, yes, it's a thing. It's bigger than what it is because he's the MVP candidate. But I would bet on it that he play. I would bet on it that he play this Saturday. I would bet on it, man. As time go on, and as we keep hearing about how he's healthy enough to play, as time go on, Hargrave got 10, Sweat got 9.5. But I'm on streams with guys that's telling me they having a hard time deciphering. He swore up and down that the Dallas Cowboys defensive line was better than ours. But that's what I'm starting to think. I think when we get on live stream with guys sometime, y'all, I think when the bullies be in the comments, guys get outside of themselves. Guys get outside of themselves sometimes. I think it's y'all fault, yo. Guys start saying stuff, and it's like, bro, I'll be watching you, bro. You're much more better than this. Why are you capping? Now, some of them are the same, like Law Nation, Bad Dog. They the same when we on camera, but Louis just loses his marbles when we on camera for some reason, and I don't get it. The Dallas Cowboys don't got a better defensive line than the Eagles, and it ain't even just about stats. The rotation is just crazy, bro. The rotation of guys that still playing in the high level that we got, it's just stats, bro. It's just stats. They call you delusional. I know they call me delusional. And it's cool. I'm fine with it. You see what they're trying to do to Shady right now, right? They don't like the way that Shady talking. So now Shady is making people uncomfortable. What Shady is doing is not analytical. Shady don't know what he's talking about. Now, listen, Shady gets straight to the point. This is Shady mindset. Shady mindset is if you're throwing interceptions, your ass. I can't disagree with that. But you do got to break it down in proper context sometimes. Was the dude arm hit? Was it you got to break it down sometimes in proper context. But at the end of the day, Your interception to touchdown ratio is exactly what it is. Is exactly what it is. And I'm not here to listen to excuses about offensive coordinators, about wide receivers. I hate it, bro. I've been hating it all week. The excuses that they making. I don't want to listen to that because this is what's happening right now. The Philadelphia Eagles are practicing this week. They're putting on pads and people are throwing balls and they're getting timing down. That's happening in Dallas, right? So if you know you got a playbook with a bunch of option routes being ran, you should be working on that, right? I don't want to hear no excuses about nothing, bro, because you said my quarterback can't throw and you said that he has no more excuses this year. Because you already felt like people was making excuses for him when it was valid excuses for Jalen Hurts last year. We abandoned the run to historical proportions last year. Y'all now he has no more excuses. No more excuses. If he can get better in the offseason and his game could jump the way that it's jumped like this, I ain't got no excuses for a damn human walking this earth in the NFL. I ain't got excuses for nobody in the NFL. If Jalen Hurts can play the most difficult position and up his level of play to MVP caliber, why would I give excuses to a 7-year vet who out here throwing interceptions? Why would I do it? Because y'all putting on some camera and telling me, oh, I already explained it to you. Just because you explained it to me don't mean I'm buying it, bro. Get your timing down with your wide receivers. Understand what option route they're going to run when they get in certain looks. Get your timing down, bro. That should be the videos I'm looking at. Dak Prescott got to get his timing down. Dak and these wide receivers got to figure this out. But they blaming Kellen Moore. They find somebody to blame every year in Dallas. Last time it was Jason Garrett. It was the clapper. It was the clapper. It was the clapper. They talk about Dan Quinn being the best coach in the National Football League. They even blaming him now for the defense looking sluggish. He just was the best. For the first 6 weeks, we heard these guys was the 85 Bears. Now the last 2 weeks, everybody blaming Dan Quinn. Everybody blaming talent on the roster. And we don't do that in Philly, y'all. You know what we say? Hungry dogs run faster. Next man up. However it shake out, that's how it shake out. But making excuses ain't for these colors. Making excuses is not for these colors. That's why we don't do it in Philly. So excuse me if I'm not used to excuses. That don't mean I don't know what you're talking about. I just don't buy no excuses. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. They said he couldn't read defenses at all, though, right, Willie? They said Jalen Hurts can't even read defenses at all. So if he can get this better at reading defenses, and if his noodle arm can throw bomb after bomb after bomb every week, why would I give a 7-year quarterback who just going to the playoffs in consecutive seasons an excuse? Come on, man. Stop it. Reborn Soul Vibes, thank you for the super chat. Still here, LB. Keep up the excellent work and that energy. Got that 2017-18 feeling, but even more exciting time. Let's go. You already know, man. I hope we do it. I hope we do it, man. I really hope we do it. Thank you for all your support. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Unbearable season after we whip them. It's gonna be a bloodbath. A bloodbath. A bloodbath on set. If Jalen Hurts play, man, they're getting blown out at home. They get embarrassed on TV if Jalen Hurts play. They getting embarrassed on TV if Jalen Hurts play. That's my prediction. If Jalen Hurts play, we putting a 40 burger on them with extra cheese. With extra cheese. No way in the hell they beating Jalen Hurts. What they don't understand is that they put themselves in a space to where we don't like them. Our football team don't like their football team. You speaking on us in interviews. You out here losing to the Jags. Now we're going to see what happens when you run into an animal. Since now the new theory is, oh, they get up for big games. That's the new theory now. That's the new theory now. They play to the level of competition. Well, you can't play to our level of competition because you don't have the talented enough football team to match our energy if we at our best. Have you even ever seen us at our best? At our worst. My quarterback threw for 300 yards, had 200-yard receivers. Alice, this is worst game against the Bears. It's just laughable, man. It's just laughable, the level of delusion that come with, Dallas Cowboys week. It's laughable, bro. It's laughable. And this is the perfect opportunity to put their body bag in a body bag. This is the perfect opportunity and the perfect week to show them why they not on our level. Remember Dak running his mouth a couple years ago? It's easy like Philly, right? He did that in 2019, I believe, and we humbled them. They want to sweep. They talk about the past so much, but they don't talk about week 16, 2019, though, when all the chips was on the table. Dak 7-3 against y'all. But what about the biggest game when it counted? 2019 for the division. You win, you win. Eagles win, they in. We didn't have a wide receiver with 500 passing yards and we beat them. They had Amari Cooper, they had Michael Gallup, they had Ezekiel Elliott. What about that year? You know what they did when they dropped the ball? They blamed it on. They said that they didn't want to win. They wanted to get the Clapper fired. They wanted to get Jason Garrett fired. They didn't want to win. They wanted to get Jason. They lost a winning end game because they wanted to get their coach fired. Stop it. Excuses. They got more excuses than a deadbeat dad. Excuses. Come on, man. Cool Eagle, thank you for the super chat. People forget to that the Bears always play the Eagles hard. This is the NFC rivalry. Facts. The Bears always play us hard. And bro, it was negative 10 degrees. Negative 10 degrees in Chicago. The Cowboys would have folded. The Cowboys would have lost to the Bears in them conditions. They're so delusional that now, here's the kicker, y'all. Here is the kicker. They so delusional that now the Jacksonville Jaguars are good. They so delusional that the Jacksonville Jaguars are good, y'all. They're so delusional over there that they think, this is what they think right now, that having a close game against the Bears is worse than actually losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to repeat this. They think that having a close game against the Bears is worse than losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are so hurt at the way that how I treat them over their excuses that a credible journalist from the Dallas Cowboys, I forgot her name, my first time ever interacting with her. I posted a clip and I put my Twitter handle on it. This is the first thing she said. The first thing, I will not make this up. This is the first thing she said, y'all. The nerve of this man to watermark a video that don't belong to him. It was a clip of Jalen Hurts saying he feel good or whatever. I think it's in one of my shorts. You'll see it on here. The nerve of this man. Not knowing that I ain't this man. Not knowing. That's just a watermark. Listen, let me explain to you who I am, miss, if you watching. USA Today, the Philadelphia Inquirer, Yahoo Sports, my favorite team in the galaxy, the Philadelphia Eagles. Huh? ESPN have all used Hurt season. It's safe to say it's all love out here. It's safe to say they so hurt that they are coming out of the woodworks. They coming out of the woodworks, man. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it because I know they make excuses. I know they ain't built like that. I know they don't win nothing in the playoffs. I know the truth about them. And that's what hurt them to the core. The truth is what's hurting y'all. I know who y'all are, Dallas. Y'all ain't nobody we should be afraid of. I ain't going to say Dak Prescott a bum, but he ain't clutch. What big games he got under his belt? Huh? What big games he got? Reborn Soul, thank you for the super chat. Hurt season merch purchase coming. In the meantime, like I told Louis T, we coming home with a Christmas. Yeah, we come home with a Christmas gift. Definitely. D-Lo, me and you talked about that from the jump. They've been using your slogan from the jump. Of course. Use it. It's all, use it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Use it. Use it. But who you going to think about when you're using it, though? Stop it, man. Stop it. And my God, D-Lo album come out on Christmas. So when you wake up on Christmas, you're going to be able to stream Going Fishing. You hear me? Before the game, I'm going to be playing some tracks from Going Fishing right here in the studio. Sipping some yak. getting my head right for 4:30 when we go over there and we slap either Gardner or Jalen. All the bets that I got, keep them in place. I'm not taking no bets back. If you beat us with Gardner, you beat us. I ain't like y'all. I ain't gonna say you beat our backup. That's what y'all do. That's what y'all do, man. I know we good enough to beat y'all. You almost lost to the Texans. Yo, LB, what's good? Thanks for the promo code for that. Hey, I appreciate you, Mac, man. I appreciate you, bro. My guy Mac in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is what it is. Like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is. December 21st, December 24th, it's going to be is what it is too. It is what it is. That defensive line going to be on Dak body. Dak don't even have a 300-yard passing game, y'all. Why should we be scared of somebody that just lost it? He just gave Trevor Lawrence his first win against the NFC. Gave him his first win against the NFC by blowing the lead. Come on, man. We're not worrying about them dudes. I don't care who refereeing the game. They're not walking out of their own stadium with a W. They're not walking out of their own building with a W. I want Jalen Hurts to play and put this thing away, put this season away, and let's all wrap our minds around the playoffs. Put it away. Let's wrap our minds around the playoffs. Put it away. A lot of people don't know what it feels like to be in this position, to be this good, that people know that once you get in the playoffs, you got the best shot of winning the Super Bowl. They don't want to see us hold that second Lombardi, y'all. They don't want to see it, man. They don't want to see 22 birds coming out this summer. They don't want to see 22 birds streaming all over. They don't want to see that, y'all. I'm telling y'all. But they're going to see it, man, most likely. If we don't get it this year, we're going to get it next year. Because now this is another running theme right now. The second running theme is this, that what's going to happen when it's time to pay Jalen Hurts? How are we going to be able to manage paying Jalen Hurts? First of all, we got the best general manager in the National Football League. Second of all, when guys win Super Bowls, they tend to want to stay around. Now, I agree. You might lose Bradbury. You might lose Brad. You might lose James Bradbury. But Garner Johnson is going to get locked up. A.J. Brown is already locked up. Smitty's still on a rookie deal. Dallas Goedert is locked up. If Kelsey retired, Cam Jurgens, who a lot of people think will be better than him, is already signed. Landon Dickerson is on a rookie deal. Jordan Mailata is locked up. Lane Johnson is locked up. The whole offensive line is good to go. That's the bottom line with that. Slay is locked up. Maddox is locked up. Hargrave, we're going to have to figure that out. We're going to have to figure that out. Jordan Davis is on a rookie deal. N'Kobe Dean could replace Kaiser White if he take a deal somewhere. TJ Edwards, we're probably going to lock him up. The core things are in place. The thing that's the main thing is in place, and that's the core things. Now, Jalen Hurts probably not going to take a team-friendly deal. I probably wouldn't either, but we got the bag. We got the bag. We got the bag. I think the Eagles get Mike McCarthy fired on Christmas Eve. I think we embarrassed them on Christmas Eve, and somebody lose their job at the end of the season behind that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. More content coming up. Reddick is also locked up. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. More content coming up. The next video probably will be about the certainty of who's going to be the quarterback. And then we're going to talk about the game plan moving forward for each quarterback. I don't know if it's lunchtime with the bullies. I don't know what it is. But I'm already in my mood for Saturday. My mom coming down. She could run around with my daughters. I might smoke a whole damn chicken on the grill in the back. Big bottles of yak going to be pouring. I'm going to be outside of my mind after we get the win. After we sweep these dudes and lock up everything, I'm going to be what you call a menace. A menace to Twitter, a menace to Instagram, and a menace to YouTube. I will be what they're afraid of me being. A complete terror to everybody that said that Jalen Hurts can't do what he's already doing. A complete terror. Make sure you like this video, man. When you like these videos, you boost your favorite content creators up. You know what I'm saying? You put them higher in the algorithm, man. Thank y'all for always supporting. Thank y'all for your Hurts season purchases. Thank y'all for joining me along this entire ride of backing our franchise quarterback. We the greatest fan base in the world. Nobody backs their team like Philadelphia and Philadelphia Eagles fans. And on the 24th, I'm telling y'all, I'm saying it's 80% chance Jalen Hurts play. I would bet money on it, bro. I'm telling y'all, he's not missing these new uniforms. I don't think the injury is that serious as it is. He throwing the ball. He not in no arm sling. We out here confusing these guys. They preparing for so much. They preparing for so much for no reason when all you should be preparing for is the MVP.